Welcome to Growth Diary. These human natures let you see the people around you clearly. It is said that in the past, tomb robbers generally needed two people to make a hole. One of them went down with a rope around his waist to get the jewelry and jade, while the other pulled the rope on it. But it often happens that the puller sees the money and abandons the accomplices below. As a result, it evolved into a tomb robbery gang with mostly fathers and sons, but it still happens that sons abandon their fathers. Finally, a rule was formed: the son went down to pick up the goods, and the father pulled the rope on it. Kigo Higashino once said that there are two things in the world that cannot be looked at directly: one is the sun and the other is the human heart. Don't trust people too much, you must trust human nature. 1. Under the interests, the most popular. Rockefeller said to his son in a letter home, "Interest is the shadow that illuminates humanity. In front of it, all the essence related to morality and ethics will appear and be seen at a glance." Human nature often cannot stand the test, especially in the face of interests. Some time ago, on an emotional radio station, I overheard a story. A girl said that both of her parents died since she was a child, and she and her younger brother depended on each other for life. Being both a father and a mother, he brought up his younger brother. Later, when her younger brother wanted to start a business, she took out all her savings without saying a word. As a result, my brother's business failed and he went into hiding, not to mention paying back the money. Later, the girl accidentally broke her leg while riding a bicycle and was in urgent need of money. After asking around, she learned of her brother's whereabouts. She called, but her younger brother kept perfunctory and indifferent to her. He even said that it is only natural for the elder sister to help the younger brother, and he never thought of paying back the money. There is a good saying: don't betray, just because the bargaining chip of betrayal is not big enough. When this lure reaches a certain level, the dark side of human nature will be induced. Once there are interests involved between people, no matter how good the relationship is, it will deteriorate. 2. There is a kind of badness, which is called shamelessness. There is such a sentence in You Who Came from the Stars. It's human nature: seeing someone else climb higher than you doesn't mean I'm going there too. Instead, he said to others, come down, and come into this quagmire. There is a kind of evil, which is not being able to see the good of others, especially not being able to see the good of those around you. The father of a netizen has been away from home for many years. When I was in my 50s, I returned to my hometown and contracted more than 50 acres of riverbanks to grow sweet potatoes. Her father spent a lot of effort and invested a lot of money. Seeing that the income of the embankment is getting better and better, the people in the village can't sit still. A few villagers took the lead in making trouble, asking an old man to go to the ground, and he would not get up unless he was paid. After mediation, the two parties signed an agreement and paid 4,000 yuan to settle the matter. However, the villagers who tasted the sweetness soon came again, but this time Qingyang's father didn't give any money. The villagers, furious and angry, called a group of people to wield their hoes and destroyed Qingyang's father's 20 acres of sweet potato seedlings. The villagers complained to the villain first and ran to the town government police station to make trouble. In fact, this river dam has been abandoned for 2 years, and none of the villagers were willing to contract it before. But when they saw someone making money, they started to get jealous. There is a saying that goes like this: in the depths of human nature, there are some unsightly things hidden. Once the right soil is available, it will spread and grow. A beggar does not envy a millionaire, but he certainly envies a beggar with a higher income. People can allow a stranger to make a fortune, but they cannot tolerate the promotion of a person around him. There may be a few friends around you who want you to live well, but the prerequisite is that you can't live better than him. 3. Take your kindness for granted. There is a word in psychology called Bieber's law. If you are too kind to a person, not only will you not be able to get the other person's gratitude, but it will also make him accustomed to it, and even worse, squeeze your contribution. During May Day last year, 18 donkey friends lost their way while exploring the Qinling Mountains in Shanxi province. They sent a call for help to the Blue Sky Rescue Team. The 37 members of the Blue Sky Rescue Team rushed to the deep mountain overnight and rescued 18 donkey friends from the deep mountain after going through countless hardships. During the rescue, the Blue Sky Rescue Team arrived. The travel friends said that they were thirsty, so the rescue team distributed the water they brought to the travel friends. The rescue team cut off the water and searched in the mountains and mountains all night in the extreme shortage of water. But when the travel friends walked out of the deep mountains, one travel friend took out 2 bottles of water from his bag and boiled the water to make tea. The rescue team asked him, "Why do you still have water?" The donkey friend said confidently, "To be a human being, one needs to keep one's hand. You think that if you treat others well, you will get tears of gratitude in return. But your kindness, in front of the ungrateful person, will only become his weapon to hurt you." I saw a video of a restaurant owner in Chengdu who has been providing homeless people with free staff meals for a long time. The meals include both meat and vegetables. Because of the epidemic, the income of the restaurant has decreased, and the meals provided by the boss for the homeless have changed from employee meals to kimchi and rice. As a result, he was disgusted by the homeless. Someone threw the food back and blocked the door, refusing to leave. There is an old saying in China that people should not be good, but dogs should not be full. Your cognition must be worthy of your kindness, otherwise kindness will not be rewarded. 4. When you are in a trough, no one will reach out to pull you. Entrepreneur Feng Luan was so desperate in the early days of his business that he couldn't even afford the bus ticket to go home. So he went to borrow money from a few friends, all of whom he trusted. But I didn't expect that everyone didn't lend him money, but avoided him instead. When you are beautiful, you are surrounded by people, and everyone is kind, and they say nice things. But when you are down, no one around you is willing to help you. This is true human nature. There is a businessman, when he is successful, no matter where he goes, he is always greeted with a smiling face. Until later, because of a wrong decision, he not only went bankrupt overnight, but also owed $5 million in debt. For this reason, his wife filed for divorce. In desperation, he had to borrow money from relatives and friends. But no one was willing to reach out to help him. At first, the businessman was very angry and scolded them that dogs had eaten their conscience. When I was so prosperous, I did not less benefit the group of relatives at home. Now I am down and out, and there is no one around me who knows how to repay her kindness. He was decadent for 3 days and 3 nights, but no one cared about him except his parents. Later, he figured it out. Human nature is very selfish. When you are worthless, no one loves you at all. Time knows people, and troubles know people. When you are down, no one will reach out to help you. If you want to get out of the quagmire, the only person you can rely on is yourself. The psychologist Adler said that maturity is not about understanding things, but about understanding human nature. The real strong in the world never think of people very well, but respect and conform to human nature. That's all for this issue. Thanks for listening.